Hello, hello, hi, Facebook trooper. What's happening? What's going on? Welcome. Happy Wednesday. In hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. Welcome. I can't believe it's like 3 days to the New Year's. That's incredible. I don't know about you, but I feel like this year just like flew, even though with all the challenges, with everything that went on, I feel like it just kind of flew by. And what's happening now and what's coming in the new year, let's see what happens, right? Tonight, I have a very interesting live and subject for you. I have a really interesting one. Judy, what's up? How are you? Welcome. Thanks for sharing already. I have a really interesting one for you tonight. How do you go from being an unhappy somebody to a happy nobody? Think about that topic again. How to go from an unhappy somebody to a happy nobody. Happy almost New Year. Yes. Happy New Year. I can't believe it's almost 2022. So an unhappy somebody is someone who is pretty identified with their roles and responsibilities, the way they describe themselves to the world. This includes this would be things like occupation, like education, accomplishments, things we dream of becoming or doing, right? The moment we do this, though, we start comparing ourselves with other somebodies, right? With other unhappy somebodies. Now, and sometimes we feel pretty accomplished, but sometimes we feel like a total failure, right? All right. Here are 3 principles to practice right away, to implement right away, that you can help yourself to go from an unhappy somebody to a happy nobody. Cool topic, huh? Now, let me share this with you. This is not something I'm an expert on. It's not like I already went from an unhappy somebody to a happy nobody. This is a very brand new topic and subject, and I thought it was fascinating. Now, granted, I may not know this exact topic. However, once we go through the 3 principles, I can share with you that 2 of them are very familiar to you. You've heard, you've seen, we've talked about these 2 before. The 3rd one is a very interesting one. And the 3rd one, I had to really wrap my head around it for a little bit. So stay tuned for that 3rd one. The 3rd one is going to be a definite surprise to you. I'd be surprised if it's not a surprise to you. All right. So how do you go from an unhappy somebody to a happy nobody? Keep repeating that in your head and really let that marinate and see what it talks about. 3 principles. First one, focus on gratitude. Shocker, right? Focus on what's right in your life already. Even the challenges you have and have to look. There's going to be challenges, right? And there's going to be really tough challenges, and there's going to be not so tough challenges. Either way, you got to focus on what's right. You got to focus on the gratitude. They are to make you and to break you, right? Focus on what's right. Focus on what can go right in your life. If you start to look at life this way, it would be more of a perfect balance of support and challenge. Exactly what's needed to become the fullness of who you are for your potential to blossom. Does that make sense? We've talked about this so many times. Imagine you go to a mountain and you see a tree that is all twisted, right? It's twisted because the wind has hit it from all angles, right? Now, it may not be the prettiest tree in the mountain, but it for sure is one of the strongest trees in the mountain. Why? Because all day and all night, that tree gets hit by the wind from all angles, and yet not only it still stands, you ready for this? But it also grows. This is so huge. I was reading this and it was hitting myself really hard, right? Because it's getting hit all day long, but not only it stands there. T Money's probably asleep. I know. I texted him. He's probably asleep. I know. He would love this life. So yeah, it's I know. I tried to go earlier. I'm actually kind of early, but I know he went to sleep already. B Money is also in bed, which is shocking. But yeah, so this tree's been hit all day, right? With this wind from all angles, and yet not only still stands, but it's growing. Dude, that's gotta be the strongest wood in the mountain by far, right? So we focus on the gratitude, and in every situation, we gotta learn to say, look, I'm learning to say how wonderful I can grow from this. Somebody try, yeah, he wakes up. No. This is, he's 3 hours ahead. So he's at 2 a.m. right now already. Yeah, he's in Eastern time. Somebody dropped that in the comments. Life is happening. No, how wonderful I can grow from this. How wonderful I can grow from this. And this is what the last thought for this one principle is. And I love this. Life is happening for me, not to me. Right? Yes, your 3 a.m. is 6 a.m. 6 a.m. Yeah. Life is happening for me, not you still had to do something. Okay. Number 2, the second principle, to go from unhappy somebody to a happy nobody. Focus on what is happening now. This is not a brand new one. We've talked about this before, the present, right? In every situation, bring your attention to whatever you're doing. But this goes beyond that. Look how deep this one goes. Listen to this. When you're walking, are you really walking? When you're eating, are you really eating? Can you see me? I don't know. I had to, anyway. When you're lying down, can you really enjoy lying down? Like feeling the touch of your skin against your mattress or bed? come into the present. Here's the thought. All your functions, all your knowledge, okay, and all the wisdom can be available for you if you are present, right? Because if we are present, we can reach to those things. If we're all over the place, we're losing that focus. It's like we are a hypnotic trance, like we miss the moment, right? When you're out of focus, when you're not present, it's like you miss the moment, right? Our minds are always split up, right? They're not always thinking of one thing. If you're walking, you're not just walking, you're doing a gazillion other things, right? You're walking, you're eating. Are you really eating? Are you really enjoying the taste of the food, the flavor? We're not really eating. I'm guilty of this. Watching TV, playing with my phone, right? The author suggests, learn to do one thing at a time and do it wholeheartedly. And I'm going to really start practicing that. I really want to. Something for New Year's, right? Think about it. Oh, I love this. This really had me. You ready for this? This is so good. All right. Think about it. When you're multitasking, you really are rapid tasking. Oh my goodness. You are doing so many things right after another, but not at the same time. Much love for Sharon, right? You're doing so many things after another, but not at the same time. So when you're multitasking, you're not really multitasking, you're rapid tasking. Oh my God, I love that. That was brand new to me and I love it. Learn to be really present. So focus on gratitude, learn to be present. And the third one, this is the one that, it's a tough one. Definitely a new one, okay? Focus on what is really focusing. What? Focus on what is really focusing, right? What is it that is aware right now? Really go deep here. I'm going to go deep here. Stay with me here. Who is it? Bring yourself back to that subject of this whole universe of whole life experience. You're bringing yourself back to that state. Keep bringing your attention back. He says, in the beginning, it can be very unfamiliar, maybe even disorienting or confusing, not knowing what to do. Here he says, keep asking yourself, who is witnessing all of this? What is witnessing all of this? All of this means you. Are you ready for this question right here? Are you ready for this question right here? This question right here. It made me really think, and it's gonna make me think a lot tonight. So you keep asking yourself, who's witnessing all of this? Who's witnessing all of this? What is witnessing all of this? And this is the question. This is the banger right here. Who am I without all my descriptions, all my stories, all my life experiences? Boom! Who am I without all my descriptions, without all my stories, without all my life experiences? And I'm going to wait for a second because I want you to kind of let that marinate and think about it. And then he comes back and he says, you will start to find that you can't find anything. Because the truth is that you can't really fully get to know yourself because you are too close to yourself. He suggests for you to completely know something, there has to be something to know and a knower. But because we are one, we are too close to ourselves and we can't really fully, subjectively, know ourselves. Right? Can I bring you in at the end? Right? Okay. Now, you can know yourself fully, right? We are too close to ourselves. We can't really know ourselves. Here's another punchline. You ready for this? We can't really know ourselves. Here's a punchline. But we can only be ourselves. Just be you. You may not really get to know the full you, but you know how to be the you. Like you know how to be you. You feel me? In that, he says, we discover a natural happiness. A happiness for no reason. How amazing would that be? Hey, hands up for anybody who's up for that. Throw me some hearts. I'm all in for that. A happiness for no reason. Put yourself out there. Think about that. A happiness for no reason. A very pristine state. He says, it is a state where every experience is seen and taken for what it is. It's complete. There is no residue. How awesome was that? Like, come on, right? We can't really know ourselves, but we can be ourselves. Who am I without all my descriptions, all my stories, all my life experiences? I love that. Happiness for no reason. Think about that. When you're happy for no reason, like you don't know the reason, but you're just purely happy because you just feel purely blessed. Like you really experienced all the blessings. You know what I mean? Does that feel right? Man, this was so good. Anyway, 3 principles to go from three principles to go from an unhappy somebody to a happy nobody. 1, gratitude, baby. Focus on gratitude. 2, focus on what is happening now. And 3 was the one that it was kind of brand new. Focus on what is really focusing. And hopefully you got some love. Man, you rocked it with sharing. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Yeah, drop your comments below if you really feel like you got some value and love. You know, share it, tag people to this, or share it on your wall. Do what you got to do. You know how to spread the love. Spread the love, baby. And yeah, I appreciate you guys. Drop your comments below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if that 3rd principle was a brand new one to you too. Or what, like one of the sentences or what concept or like stood out to you, you know. There was a few that really got in my head. So I really, really liked the topic. So hopefully you enjoyed it too. And you know, like always, until tomorrow, where we do it all over again. Much love.